Hey folks, welcome to Software Testing Hacks. Today, in this video, we will learn and understand what is SDLC model and what are the different phases of SDLC model. Basically, SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. It is used in every software development company because it is the root of development cycle. So, majorly to understand the whole life cycle of any application or the process of how it works, understanding SDLC model is very much important. Let's get started. You are seeing that these are the different phases which are present in SDLC model. So, to explain you, first we will understand what is SDLC model. So, as I mentioned, SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle of a software, basically. So, it provides a structured and organized approach towards the software development. So it is basically you can imagine it as a framework for managing the software development process because it helps to ensure that all necessary steps are taken so that the final product meets the requirements. So this is the whole journey of the software. Okay. The different phases which are present in this SDLC model are requirement gathering and analysis. Okay. Design, coding, testing, deployment, maintenance. So these are the different stages, right, of a software development model. This is not specific to software testing, so it is a whole of software process. Okay. The very first phase starts with requirements gathering. So requirements gathering is the very initial stage. So in this particular stage, what we will do is it involves the information gathering process. Okay. Suppose there is a client who wants particular application to be design. For him, first you have to understand what is his requirement, what he is looking for. So you have to first sit with your client and then understanding what is his need. So that will be done as part of this requirement gathering and then analysis. And also you have to analyze the requirement, whatever they are saying, is it doable or not? That is another step, which is feasibility study. Yeah. So in between that, the requirement gathering is the very first phase, and after that you can do the analysis, and then also you can verify if it is feasible or not. Feasible study also you can do. Okay, in this process. So as far as the life cycle looks like this, it is the requirement gathering and then analysis. Okay, so and then after requirement is gathered and then analysis is done, and if it is feasible or not is considered, all the things will be documented, and the next phase is design. So now we have requirement ready, so now you have to start planning according to and design an UI. Okay, UI you have to design, which is where you can consider it as it is an architecture. Okay, of the software where data structure and then interfaces looks, how it looks, all that, and then what communicates with what, how if I pass on this type of data, how it interacts, all that is an architectural level designing basically. Okay, so in this design phase we have two different steps. One is high level design and another is low level design. Okay, so just make a note of this. So first one is high level design and another is low level design. Okay. So in high level design, it basically gives the architecture of the software product. Okay. It gives the architecture basically. But whereas low level design, it describes how each and every feature in the product should work and every component. Those will be described in the low level designing. Okay, so which is part of design process itself. Okay, So once everything is ready, next comes the coding part, okay, where the coding actual implementation will start. Okay, so after the development is done, that's where it is an important phase. It includes like front end, middleware, as well as back end. Okay, it depends. Okay, first they can coding include the UI field, whatever the UI looks like, all that will be coded as part of front end. If there is any API calls or anything, that will be done as part of back end or also middleware, you can call. Uh, and the another thing is database. Okay, database will be created, which in return the data will be stored in the database. So that's how the interaction will be created, which is known as APIs, right? Front end and then database. In between that, there will be a middleware, which helps us to transfer the data from front end to the back end or the database. Okay, and next comes testing phase. So we have analyzed the requirement and then designed the architecture. After that, we have done the implementation also. Now comes testing into picture. So testing is the fourth phase in the software development life cycle, right? So here we testers will come into picture and then thoroughly test the application. So application will be tested using different techniques that software testers does. We will study the certain things later. Several things are left even. So it is just the starting phase. The start of the software development life cycle starts with SDLC model. So it is important to learn SDLC model. So here we will understand the whole process. In detail, we will understand in the coming videos. After testing is done and we have given the sign off, then it goes to deployment phase where the software will be deployed to the production. Software will be deployed to the production. That's where the real users will start using the application. So the real users are the one who is the intended users, right? So that's where it is important to, after testing is done, we will deploy it. That will make the feature available to the users or the customers. Finally, maintenance. So maintenance is a phase where, suppose you have already uh, sent several things to the production, several features to the production. In between, it requires certain little things to be changed. That time maintenance is required. If there is something which is not working or something like that, maintenance comes into pictures, like bug fixes or some support is needed or software updates. So all that will be done as part of the maintenance. Okay, hopefully you understood how SDLC model work. So just to reiterate it, first it starts with the analyzing or gathering the requirement and then analyzing it. Once it is analyzed, then we will design it as per the requirement. As per the requirement, we will design it. High level as well as low level design will be designed. And after designing is done, now it's time to implement it with the coding by selecting different programming languages. Okay. After that, testing comes into picture. Once it is tested thoroughly, deployment will be done to the production where it will be available to the real-time users. Once the deployment is done, it is end. But further, any requirement like bug fixes or any support to the customers is required, that will be done as part of the maintenance. So this is the whole life cycle of the software development. So let's understand why this SDLC model is required. Ensure the software is of high quality. Okay. So SDLC includes testing as well as the quality assurance phases. which helps us to ensure that the software is bug free or requirements are met or not will be verified. So it provides the testing, and it provides the confidence that the software is of high quality. To manage risks and cost, in case if there is any leak of defect to the production, that will be of higher cost. To avoid that, to manage the risk, after it is deployed, rather than that, we can reduce that as part of the SDLC model. Okay, which will also have impact on the cost as well. To improve communication and collaboration, okay, it helps to ensure that all stakeholders, including customers, end users, and developers, are involved in the deployment process and their needs are taken into the account, so that we will make sure that the software meets the expectation. To improve efficiency and productivity. So, with the help of this model, organization can optimize the use of the resource. Okay, so with the help of this, we can improve the development process, which will in return help us in improving the efficiency as well as the productivity. And finally, to increase the likelihood of a successful project outcome. So it helps to increase in the chances of the success of a project. Following a process is important. So this provides a process. Okay. So overall, SDLC, it is a valuable framework, I could say, where with the help of this, organizations are achieving a high quality product. So basically, SDLC model is very important and it is the heart of the software development, overall software development. So hope you have understood what is SDLC, and then what are the different phases that is present in SDLC and why it is required to use SDLC model. If you have any questions, comment it down. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.